Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Three Dads and a Console.
Buttery.
We know not every dad can stay up to date the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we are here to do it for you. And remember that this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show, one of your hosts, Wobble plays with apparently a setting change, which is making my co-host happy.
We are okay.
Literally just press one button.
So everybody who's listening for the first time, you are not going to hear Waba's fan because we actually had him press a button on his Elgato what's it? Elgato wavelength?
Yeah.
Wavelength mic. It's a great mic. I gave it to him when I met him in person because I bought this new mic. So I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll give Waba a new mic because if you guys saw the mic that Waba used to use, oh my goodness.
It's on the floor of my laundry room right now.
It was basically two like spaghetti cans with a string in between.
He just learned that he can turn off background noises. Yeah. And he didn't realize that me and Pez do this all the time.
Yeah.
No.
Complete noise suppression, like microphone, OBS, all of it.
Because I was so on my desk for the longest time. No, I can't hear it. I was so confused for the longest time because I gave you a very good mic. I know because Pez had it and I had it, and I'm like, this is a great mic. I'm like, why is his mic sound so garbage all the time?
Like, why can't this idiot figure out the equipment he bought?
One would think.
I know. Well, anyway, so that's my intro. The other voices you hear are the Michkov Collector Court.
Jesus. They don't even know who Matvey Michkov is.
I barely do.
You know what I hope, though? I hope I get... Did you see they released Upper Deck Series 1 for next... Well, they released what it looks like.
Who's in it? That
Dadanoff.
Okay, let's go.
Waba, look at Waba. He's like, I am...
That is stonks.
Mind you, I think Celebrini is stonks. Like, Lane Hudson will be good, but defensemen, they cap out. Yeah. I think Celebrini, I'm gonna put it right here, Waba, and this is gonna make Waba spend $100 and buy one. Celebrini will be worth more than Connor Bedard.
Ooh, interesting. Let's go, dude. What is Bedard now?
I think, and I'm gonna call it right now. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks right now are trading for Chris Kreider, right? The Ducks they're loading up. The San Jose Sharks are gonna try and sign Mitch Marner. Imagine your top line in San Jose is Will Smith, whose rookie is pretty cheap, so I might buy that one. Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini, and Mitch Marner.
Oh,
Celebrini is at like $100 US now.
And Celebrini just played for Team Canada at the Worlds, and possibly will play for Team Canada at the Olympics. That guy is gonna. So I'm gonna wait actually till this summer for Celebrini because hockey cards always go down in price in the summer.
Right.
So I'm gonna try and stonks that bad boy. I'm gonna pay the $100 for it, and I think it's worth it. Young Guns.
I might do. I want to get one. Well, that too. I'm gonna try to. Get
I would say get a Celebrini. If you can get a Will Smith, because he's gonna be playing with Celebrini. But I would say Celebrini is worth it. If you can pull a Lane Hudson, you pull a Lane Hudson. But if you look at Quinn Hughes' rookie, his rookie's only worth like 150 US. The guy's amazing. Yeah. It should be worth a heck of a lot more.
Yeah.
Which just defenseman rookie cards never stonks, as Wabo calls it. They don't.
They don't stonks. No.
Yeah, they don't.
Did you? Hey, I haven't looked up Dorofeev in a while. Has that gone up? Wabo, look. All right. And the other beautiful...
We are here with the birthday boy.
Yeah, I was going to say that birthday baby.
The Benjamin Pez.
I was once playing with him, and his buddies kept going, birthday baby, the whole time we played on his birthday. We were playing the division the whole time.
It was awesome. What's up, boys? Yeah, 42 today. Beautiful.
David, the old David Backus.
Yeah, some would say, you know what? Just like this podcast, instead of David Backus, because we're not old and overpaid, we are PJ Stock. We are town heroes, legends, only adrift in the bars.
Could I ask you something, Pez? As someone that I know that is kind of rejuvenated lately with the Boston Bruins, and you have been paying attention because you're even using another Twitter profile. It's the only time you go on Twitter.
No, that's not me. That's not me.
Oh, they've been liking my stuff.
Yeah,
not me.
Liking my tweets there, Pez. Anyways, when you saw Bergeron at that press conference,
I loved it. I felt warm.
Did you get a little pitter patter? I had a pitter patter.
Yep, my heart murmured.
I thought he was being announced. I thought they were announcing it was an assistant coach.
Imagine Dude, he doesn't want to do that. They're just gonna slot him, keep him in the front office, slot him in, give him.
Well,
a
I think
nice, cushy
for
job.
sure Chara is the next general manager or president of the Boston Bruins.
That'd be great. Good, get Cam or Don out of there.
I say get Cam, put Chara in there. I like Chara. I don't have his rookie card either.
Oh, no.
Anyways.
So here we are. So it's been a pretty quiet week, hasn't it?
Yeah,
No.
nothing really happened. Nothing's been
Yeah.
going on.
So if you joined us last
Saturday.
Saturday, oh
Yep.
my gosh, Pez and I actually got to stream.
Wait.
I
didn't tell you what I bought myself for my birthday.
Switch 2?
No, but Court,
Switch two.
you are gonna love this, guys. Hasbro Pulse. I put a pre-order on a 1-to-1 1984 Ghostbusters Proton Pack, and it comes out in March of 26.
Oh my god.
I'm looking this up now.
Wait,
I
you never
can't
told me about Dorofeev
wait.
yet.
Not yet.
Really, eh? That makes no sense.
That very true.
I'm gonna do a video on that.
This Proton Pack is unreal. Yeah, get this out to manipulate the market.
Yeah,
I'm in.
manipulate the
try.
market, dude. Let's go.
I am
Just
not
start,
even kidding you.
just,
I'm gonna do a video on that and see if I can manipulate the market.
just start angry tweeting like Elon Musk and
Because
tank your
everybody always
stocks.
picks the top 5 young guns. Anyways, can we get can I get a
this pack
picture of
looks
this?
unreal.
Waba,
Yeah.
put it in our chat. So I want to see
Yeah,
this thing.
the pack it comes out in March. I pre-ordered it on Saturday. I am so freaking excited because it is the
oh my god!
it is just what I needed to complete my Ghostbusters.
Are you gonna wall mount this?
I am, and then
You
on Halloween's I'm gonna wear it.
But
Should
you
be
got to
wearing it
wall
to
mount this
PAX.
for sure. So this is a 1-to-1.
That's incredible.
It's a 1-to-1.
It comes with a real ghost too. I read.
Yeah.
How heavy is this thing? So I have the plastic one, eh?
I don't think it's gonna be super heavy. But yeah, I figured I've always wanted to build one, and to price it out was like $800 or $900.
Does it come with its own plutonium?
You have to buy the
How-
one separately.
You have to
How
source that.
How
Yeah.
interesting that 2 of your favorite movies are Back to the Future and Ghostbusters, and same, and both center around plutonium being this thing that they need.
You know, you just love plutonium, man. Did you know that Back to the Future has a Broadway musical out?
Do you know that I have tickets to it when it comes to Toronto
Do
this
you?
summer, and I'm going?
That's
I was
one-
gonna say, dude, it's coming to Boston, and I think my wife and I are gonna go.
Dude, I am going. Supposedly it's really funny, and I can't wait. And Michael, so the Toronto showing, I'm going to day 2, and I'm hoping Michael J. Fox is there.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be sick.
Well, he's
Alright.
coming to a fan expo this year, but I'm not going to go. I'm not
Mm.
going to fan expo this year. Surprise. For the cost and
Surprise.
everything, I just think it'd be easier to go buy a box cards.
Fan Expo is always tough. Like, I see some of the people, and then like, so John Cena is coming to Boston. You know, you can't see me. How much do you think a
Cena.
photo op is with him?
$200 US.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 250.
179.
Yeah.
Now I will say when Stan Lee came, I think I paid at the time 125.
I didn't tell you I met Stan Lee at
That was a
Blue Jays
lot,
game.
but like I was like, when am I going to do this again? Frankly, I never had the chance to again.
Mm-hmm.
So we went and did that. It was very quick, but you know, it's a very cool memory, even though it was, you know, brief. But like, I don't know. I feel like some of these guys, like I can hit them up in like 20 years on like the, you know, the wrestling expos where they're all, you know,
Yeah, when
you
they're
know
at,
what happens
yeah
when they're sitting in Virgil.
when they're at the Giggles comedy club up in Kowloon
Yeah.
signing autographs for $10.
They're at the VFW doing autos.
It's still real to me, damn it.
So, you know, I don't know. It all depends. You know, I've had some good fan expo memories, but I don't blame you, Court.
So, anyways, I met Stan Lee
Where?
at
Where?
the Toronto Blue Jays game
you?
randomly, walking out of the
crazy.
walking out of the bathroom.
Were you just like, hey, are you Stanley?
No,
You
I
say-
did not even say that. I literally walked up and he was walking into the bathroom and I was walking out of the bathroom and I was like, this is a really what did I say? This is a really awkward time to meet one of your idols. And he just looks at me and goes, yes, it is.
Beautiful.
And he walked right into the bathroom.
Amazing.
Should have like warmed it up for you.
Oh, God.
Whatever. It was
Got some
hilarious.
gamma ray
That's
for you
like-
left on my hand.
And he was really tiny too. He's like a tiny
He's not
man.
a tall man. Yeah.
He's a
small
tiny,
dude.
tiny man.
Well, before I was gonna go into some of the showcases, but before that, Cord, you have a brand new piece of hardware that you can talk to us about.
True story. So for my
Let's
daughter,
switch to that topic.
Oh, yes. Thank you. That was
Wow.
great.
That
He
was
loved it.
probably the best transition you've ever done. Even though you didn't do it right away, still, I'll give it to you.
I
Best
love that it
transition
was
you have ever
even
done.
like popped in on the fly.
You're getting
I
better.
like
That
it
was
even-
good.
Yep.
What can I say?
Practice
I
makes
chat
perfect.
GPT him.
I was one of the lucky few that was able to pre-order a Switch 2. Did you see they broke records? 3.5 million sold in
Mhm.
24 hours. That is crazy pants.
That is crazy.
People complaining about the price, including myself. But my daughter
Right.
made the rep team, and I decided to get her something because we are going to be traveling a poop ton.
Mm-hmm.
And to be totally honest, she's going to want the new Pokemon game because she's really playing all of them now, and she really likes Mario Kart. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. So on the pre-order day, I went online. I tried a couple times, couldn't get anything, and then later on, I clicked a link, and boom, I was able to pre-order a Switch 2 and a Pro controller, one of the new ones. I will say this. The Pro controller, I didn't think it could get better. So I would say that the Switch Pro controller is probably by far best battery life, best controller on the market.
Yes.
The Switch 2 Pro controller is better.
Really?
So there is back buttons now.
Mappable.
And they're in a great place. You don't touch them all the time. They're fantastic. I even felt that the Joy-Cons, or sorry, the sticks felt tighter. They felt
Yeah.
better. More concave on your hands, and somehow the thing feels lighter. I don't understand. Fantastic controller. The Switch 2, it is bigger, 1000%. Even my daughter, she's playing it more handheld mode.
Mhm.
She thinks it's really cool now. It looks fantastic. It is not an OLED. I know that they're probably coming out with an OLED. It isn't. I don't think it needs to be.
Mm.
I've looked at it because I have the Switch OLED, and I'm like, I don't know, man. This thing looks unbelievable, and
Right.
it's not an OLED. Like this, it looks fantastic. The docking, it's the new dock it's a little bit bigger for obvious reasons because this is a bigger Switch. But for some reason, it feels better. The old dock felt like flimsy, and it felt like it could break pretty easily.
Yeah.
This one feels more oomph, I guess is the word I'm going to use. But I'll say this: the Joy-Cons having the magnetized to click in,
Mhm.
game changer.
Really?
My wife,
Interesting.
who does not play the Switch very often, she goes, "Oh, this one doesn't feel like I can break it."
Ooh.
Perfect.
And it really
Smart.
felt like you could break the old one.
Yeah.
They click in very easily, and I think it makes it way more kid friendly, if you ask me. Because a lot of times with the kids, when they were, taking the Joy-Cons on and off and all that, it was hard for them. It's
Mhm.
not easy to do that. This one, you're just pressing these buttons in the back, they come off very easily, and boom, it separates, and you just click, boom. It's very, very easy, uh, and it's seamless. Uh, and they also don't feel like they're going to break. Like I said, not just breaking on the side. The old Joy-Cons, when you take them out, they felt flimsy in your hand. They felt really light. You thought you were going to throw them. These ones have a little bit of oomph behind them. They're a little bit heavier, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I think. I think they're better. They're better quality made. We'll see if I get any Joy-Con drift or anything like that.
Yeah.
I haven't yet. I have tested out a bunch of old games. Some of the games look great. I know Pokemon actually, as my daughter said, you can actually see Pokemon in the game. Because before, when you were playing it, there was no Pokemon around the world until you landed in a thing. So things actually work because you can do 120 frames per second, 4K resolution. I'm playing Super Mario Wonders. That game looks buttery smooth now.
bet.
Unbelievable how good that game runs. Same with Zelda. Some of the games that say they're compatible, for some reason, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, when my daughter plays it, it messes with the Joy-Con, the joystick. Like it makes up, down, down. Like it makes everything reverse, and you got to reset the switch. Don't know why.
Weird.
It does that. Yeah, it is weird.
And then it works after you reset it.
Yeah.
So weird.
So I just told her we're not going to play that game because you can put all the games in. I am extremely annoyed that they make you get a new memory card. The old memory card doesn't work, and the new one's very expensive. And that's kind of a piss off.
Yeah.
I haven't bought one yet because everything loads onto the Switch now, and only the save files go on the memory card. Unlike before, you used to be able to put games on that memory card. From my understanding, you can't. I don't have one yet, so I haven't tested it. I'm just going by what others have said.
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart World. Fantastic. New tracks are fantastic. The way you move around the world is fantastic. The way you traverse on the courses, it's so much better. That's like every course has 3 ways to get through it. The open world aspect I could do without. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at all.
I've heard it's
It-
like feels kind of barren and there's like no real story to the open world. You're just like driving
There is
around
zero
aimlessly.
story. I thought there would be a story to the open world. There isn't. And even to get to the open world, you got to like do this, do that, do this. Like you don't. It doesn't just punch you in the face. There's no tutorial to walk you through it.
Damn.
It's very weird.
Shame.
There are, but the game itself is fantastic. It looks great. And they give you these costumes, but not new characters, which is kind of very frustrating. Like you unlock costumes for these characters, and who cares?
Well, you don't want
Like-
Farmer Luigi or
Yeah, I don't care.
Baby
I want to
Luigi, the
unlock
Nike
new
shoe
characters.
seamstress.
Give me
Which I-
Wario in a swimsuit.
I think it's a
Mario and nothing.
the lost opportunity where that's how they could be adding characters is you unlock tracks or like do stuff. That's how you get the new characters. None of that.
No.
Except Donkey Kong. You unlock Donkey Kong that way, but then that's it. It's very weird how it was set up.
Hmm.
I think there's a very good game there, but I don't know. It's a 7 out of 10 for me.
I think that's very measured. I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's the best ever. It's like, oh, the game could be fine, but like you said, I think a progression system is really important, like a reason to like grind.
Yeah, because Mario
Um,
Kart 8 was just so good.
Yeah, I mean Mario
Like-
Kart 8 was the pinnacle of Mario Kart, maybe up until World, but even maybe past World.
I think World's got better tracks so far, but and like the driving is there, but the problem is they added all these other things that I'm just like, who cares? Like, why is this here?
Yeah.
But other than
Uh,
that, like
how's-
I think the Switch.
How's
Sorry,
the soundtrack? For
its
Mario Kart?
soundtrack's great.
Great.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of good things. Like I said, there's a lot of good things about it. It's just, I think personally, the launch game should have been a new Mario,
Yeah,
not Mario
give us
Kart.
Odyssey 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if it's
I
a
think
2D like Wonder.
I think it's a missed
whatever.
opportunity. Like I get Metroid's coming out, and there's gonna be, remakes of well, not remakes, but there's gonna be some other games. We're gonna get Metroid Prime soon, which does look good. I'm probably gonna buy that.
Mhm.
That game looks great. Not having achievements or trophies, still,
I
what the
don't
F?
understand it. Like Nintendo, just do it already. What are you doing? And
I don't
even
want
like
stickers in a
trophies.
game. It's so stupid.
Like I don't even like trophies, but like just give the people what they want.
The
What are you
cost of the
doing?
games, I don't see the value.
That makes sense. Yep.
I don't see it. So we'll see what happens in the future. The fact that they're making you pay an arm and a leg for the upgrades to the Switch 2 versions of the games, I think,
Yeah.
Jesus, even Sony only does it for $15.
How much?
Like this
How
is
much
a bit
are
much.
these upgrades for some of these games?
$40.
Jesus Christ.
Across the board. So like Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Depends on
or
the game.
whatever. Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield's $50.
Of course it is. Pokemon
Wha-
Game Freaky, you bastards.
That's
So-
crazy.
It's just some things are really cool. Some things I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I couldn't care less about the online play of like playing with your friends and stuff. I'm not getting the camera so that people can see you're playing the game. And the fact that the the game to teach you about the Switch 2 isn't free and it isn't in the box and they're charging you $15 for it and I'm not going to buy it it's embarrassing.
So silly.
Yeah, what
So
was it?
there are some pluses to the Switch 2. And then there's some like, you got to be kidding me, Nintendo. You're nickel and diming me. You're like might as well call it a loot box.
Yeah. It's just Nintendo being Nintendo.
No, this is more Nintendo than they usually are.
I liked the stories of people buying their stuff from GameStop only to find out the person had stapled through the
can't-
box and damaged the
Oh.
screen.
I cannot believe that. Like how first off, Nintendo put that screen down, right? Don't have it sticking straight
It's
up. But
wild.
also GameStop guy put it in the bag, staple the receipt to the bag, and then give
Like-
it to them. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm packaging my garbage when I sell it on eBay better than Nintendo packaged that
Yeah,
expensive
I can't believe they did that. That's nuts. So
But
shame on them.
I just thought that was I don't want to I mean I feel bad for those folks, but that's kind of a silly story where it's like it's just like an oversight for like just trying to slim the package down to like to reduce the weight
Yeah,
and
of
it's like
course.
oh damn like we never thought someone would staple a receipt to the front. Like why we never did that in testing. Like why would that happen?
Right.
But we'll see. Like you can play the new Madden on it. You can play Hogwarts Legacy. You can play all these games on it. So we'll see what happens. There's not a chance in the world that Grand Theft Auto will work on it, but we'll see.
Give me Zelda and then I'll buy one.
It's gonna do well. As I said to my daughter, we are gonna use it for Nintendo first party only and nothing else. You're not buying anything else on this thing, kid.
No Cyberpunk for her. Hey, she gets to try to test the mouse controls while she's shooting everyone down.
Give me Animal Crossing so I can buy it for my wife, Nintendo.
Yeah, I'll take one of those too.
Well, that's what I don't understand about Nintendo. They could print money with these things, and they don't.
They space them out much that so it's not like an overload of the first party titles. Because I mean, Donkey Kong's coming out in what, July?
Donkey Kong looks good.
It does look good. It does look good. And I think that comes out in July or August. So yeah, so I think they'll do what they did with the Switch and drip feed us first party games. Because that's what they do. And you know what? That's okay. So yeah.
Nintendo got a Nintendo.
I'm not getting one until I get my damn Zelda game. That's all. And then I'll get one because I can't wait to play a Zelda game. Please don't make it like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Just go back to regular Zelda, please. Thank you very much. That is
like open world. Open world, build robots, throw them into enemies.
Yeah, all I want to do is build kaiju war crime machines. Decimate villages.
So,
speaking
in addition
of war
to
crimes, guys, Jeff Keighley did a show.
Seriously, that was a very good transition.
Crazy.
I'm gonna do a rant because I gotta go take my. I'm getting itchy. I gotta take my allergy medication. I forgot to.
Rant away, baby.
Before we get into this, I am at this point where it is hilarious that we are all like, we don't need E3. We don't need E3. You know what? We need E3.
Mm-hmm.
Now that game developers and companies can just put out their trailers whenever they want, willy-nilly, and it's caused things like this now where what the heck was that? I would say that 90% of everything we saw, we'd already seen before.
Yeah.
It was, and that 10%, whatever at this point, we're getting kicked over the head over and over again with the same trailers over and over and over and over again. And back in the day, we used to get like the E3 week where we'd have a month where we would get brand new games, brand new releases, brand new announcements, and that was it. And you know what? It was like video game Christmas, and we don't have video game Christmas anymore. I would say the closest thing we have is the Game Awards, because Summer Games Fest is Summer Game Snooze. Like, it's just pointless at this point. Like, it's terrible. Everybody's like cheering on PlayStation and Xbox. Well, one, PlayStation did a direct. It wasn't a showcase, so you shouldn't expect much.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody was like, Xbox did this. I was like, what did they do? They showed you a bunch of stuff they've already shown you. They showed you nothing. There was nothing there. It could have been a blog post, but they make a big deal about nothing.
Yeah. I watched the Xbox one. The only thing I was excited for from it was, they showed Persona, but they kind of got pushed to showing Persona. It was alpha footage and nothing, just because all the voice actors were like, hey, stop bugging me. I'm not in the new remake. And it's like, okay, like, no, we had 3 voice actors. We have to put it in there. The fact that it's going to be day one, but again, does that need to have a trailer for it? I'm not going to buy Game Pass for it. I'm going to buy the actual game like that. But
and then they show their handheld that no one asked for, and everybody was like, "Oh, Xbox is brave. They're doing a handheld. They're not brave.
Go buy a Steam Deck.
You don't need this thing. You don't need it. I just felt like, who was the message to that right now in the gaming industry? All you're getting over and over again is these studios being shuttered and closed down because of bad decisions made by executives to try and do an online a games as service. And then all of a sudden, boom, the studio gets closure because they got asked to do a games as service game when no one wants them. People will play the ones they're playing, but it is so hard to get into that. But everybody's trying to get into it, and then they have to shut down the game. It's just, I was just frustrated with what we saw. I was just like, we didn't see anything new. I was like, dude, they have decided to not get us. Like, hype is okay, but they're not even letting us know what's coming. And they still expect us to buy things.
There wasn't a lot from that like the Summer Games Fest I liked. I thought the Sonic Racing announcements of Miku being in a racing game was cool. And Joker, but like, do I need that to be part of like a showcase? No, I probably would have watched that trailer. But one thing I did like was not the Summer Games Fest, but they had a lot of like smaller ones that pertain to like certain types of games or certain regions, and that's actually one that Pez and I co-streamed. And it's like, if there was like wholesome women-led Southeast Asia, Latin America, and it's like, if you like those types of games, there's going to be a lot of content for you, and a lot of these are like things that we haven't seen before, instead of just like the mainstream core, like what you said. Like, this stuff should probably be like a blog post or like a tweet out for those. When like the one that we saw, or that Pez and I watched, I didn't feel like I was like, oh man, like I've already seen this before. Like, it was all new stuff, and it was cool because like we like those types of games, and I think for that specific audience and fans of like that, that region and games like that, I think that was probably a better direct than the Summer Games Fest for like gamers, like the larger population.
The lineup for Southeast Asian Games Showcase was so diverse that when you and I were live streaming it, I was just adding games to my wish list, and as I went back and watched Summer Games Fest, I was like, this is boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one of the, like, I don't care. There was one game out of Summer Games Fest that I was like, yep, put it on the wish list. That was the Scott Pilgrim beat 'em up game, because for those that don't know, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World beat 'em up game is so much fun, and Brian Lee O'Malley's coming back as the creator. He's back to work on this game, and Anamanaguchi's back doing the soundtrack.
Automatic
Gucci is back, baby. So I'm excited for that one to come out. Other than that, Summer Games Fest, the Friday night show, kick rocks. Do not care. The Southeast Asian Games Fest was great. Or the Game Showcase, excuse me, was great. Some of my standouts from that were obviously Coffee Talk Tokyo. So for those that don't know, Coffee Talk is a narrative, like visual novel type game where you play a barista and you make people their drinks and you learn about them, you hear their stories, and they interact with each other. So this one is Coffee Talk Tokyo, and it's obviously set in Tokyo. So no release date, unfortunately, but it's one of my most anticipated games in 25. Write it down right now. Let's build a dungeon. Yeah, write it down. Let's build a dungeon, which looked like a game design
game
publisher. Ooh, yikes!
Let's build a dungeon. That sounds pretty gross, dude.
Where you basically act as like a video game developer, publisher, sim, where you hire designers and coders and all that stuff, and then you create a game. And if your game is too like another game, you'll get virtually sued in the game. And if you don't if you don't update your game or make it fun, your player base will leave. So it sounds like there's some like deep there's like, one of those games like TCG Simulator or something like that, where it's just like you always got to upkeep with the thing. And to me, the game side of it was pretty neat. Kill the Music was in a rhythm action roguelite. And for those that know the channel well, Waba and I are suckers for some rhythm combat, and I'm a double sucker for roguelike games. So that one on the list. And then one I'll let Waba talk about, Compensation Not Guaranteed.
This game is so good. This game is Papers, Please, but it's got like a South Asian flair. You're going to like it. It's more than just Papers, Please hitting yes or no. Like, there's judgment calls. The demo's out. Go play the demo. The demo's great. And the best thing too is there's a lot, like there are demos, I think, available for every game that we saw. I'm looking at the list. So they sent us the three folks. So Sam, Nissi, and Arif, they sent an email after. Pez, I forwarded to you because there's actually a code for Eat the Rich, which I think you'll like.
Yep.
And they have demos for everything. It's great. And it was like, oh, you can play it now, or it's out now, or like go try our game. It's really cool. It's not just like, oh yeah, hit the wish list and wait. It's like, no, you can try it out now. I loved they had was it Cats Around Us, which is a cool like I've talked about it on the Steam Deck. More of that. Love it. It's from Noobzilla. You guys will like it. There's a very colorful game. It's a dating sim / cooking simulator called High Times. It is the brightest game I've ever seen. It looks great. I love it. There's a game called I Need Space, which I know you like too.
Yep.
There's like a little moon cat, and we don't really know what it's about, but it looks really cute.
There was Nightmare
and
Circus.
Whisper Mountain Outbreak, which we're looking forward to. Until Then, which is one of my favorite games of. Did I play it this year or last year? Either way, it's amazing, and it's on Switch now.
Yep. Grim Tales.
but-
Grim Tales was like almost like a Hades looking roguelite. Axe of Blood. That Axe of Blood game looked crazy. It is basically, it just looks like this like weird fight simulator where you are controlling like the movements as you're getting hit in real time, and it looks super violent. Right up my alley.
It was a huge list. I think of like probably more than 20, and it was within like an hour and a half. And like, even though there were some games that like, might not have been for us, I can definitely see them having an audience. And like, it seemed like there would be like a handful of games that you might find interesting or want to just check out more of. It was really well done. It wasn't like there was no like talking. There's no, Keeley pulling out Kojima to talk about Jordan Peele's vision or something for like half an hour. It was just trailer, and then they did hit the folks with the and one more thing, which was very fun. At the end, I'm a big fan of that.
It is, and we saw this with Xbox as well. There is almost no talking in just trailers because that's all anyone cares about. Just show the game. Shut up, Jeff Keighley. No one cares about you. You're just E3's puppet now. Shut your mouth and stop bringing Kojima. Stop bringing Kojima on stage.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of him. Shout out Kojima. But
No,
no, it was a lot of fun.
Screw you, Kojima.
But if you do want to see
Forget
Pez
the
and
Kojima.
I live react, go check out our YouTube. It was a lot of fun. We haven't done something like that before. It's really cool that we got accepted to be like an official co-streamer. It's awesome. Again, they sent us an email like, hey, if you're interested in a game, like reach out to us.
Yep.
We want to connect you with the developer.
Great. I'm gonna send him a huge list.
The crazy thing is we work with a lot of those folks, which is very, again, we're in a very interesting position. I'm not used to that, but it is really cool that there's, I don't know, I like that aspect of the Summer Games Fest. Not that, hey, here's this really popular game that took 1 million people that isn't something you asked for, but instead it's, hey, you have an interest in this style of game. Let me show you some stuff you're gonna like around, from this area. So shout out to. I'm glad that came. I think that was a really big positive from the weekend.
Shout out Southeast Asia, dude, crushing it. There you go. A white man.
And they had watch parties too. I saw.
Did they? Good.
Like in some of the different places, which I think is really cool because it's a very tight knit community, as we found, gaming community. So
the Southeast Asian game showcase was clearly independent studios coming together. On Sunday, we had one of the major developer and publishers in the world have a showcase. Gentlemen, what did you think about the Xbox showcase?
I thought the ending was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen because I watched a whole bunch of like their media around that ending of their showcase ended up being bad for them because so many people were like, oh, it's perfect dark, it's perfect, because you're like watching all these reactions to it, and then it turns out to be Call of Duty, and the amount of people
Black
are
Ops
just like,
7.
It's
It's
so
like,
bad.
dude, didn't Black Ops 6 like just come out? Why are you announcing this?
but you don't even need, like, we all know a Call of Duty's coming, right? It's gonna sell, but unfortunately, the Call of Duty bros are not the ones watching these showcases.
No.
The Call of Duty bros, you can throw the Call of Duty commercial in on the Super Bowl. You could throw it in on the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. That's where you throw in a Call of Duty trailer.
Yeah, making a bunch of Hulu ads. You're good. You're good to go.
No one cares to see it at the showcase. Everybody wanted to see, again, Xbox called it a showcase, and they set themselves up for failure. One of their biggest things was the DLC for Indiana Jones. And then all that did tell me is someone who hadn't bought Indiana Jones yet on the PlayStation, I'm going to wait till the Ultimate Edition comes out.
Yeah, because it'll come out.
Because what's the point?
What's the point?
Right?
What's the point?
Like, I bought Forza. I've been playing it. It's fantastic on the PS5. It looks fantastic. Believe it or not, it runs better on the PS5 Pro than it does on the Xbox Series X. But I'm waiting because I can get the DLC, but I'm not buying the DLC right now. When it goes on sale for like $20, I will buy the DLC for that.
Yep.
But I'm playing the base game right now. I'm loving it.
At the end of every trailer, I just went to see what other platforms it's on, and most of the games were on other platforms.
And that's the other thing. Everything they showed, we know. And what were people waiting for more at the Xbox showcase? They were waiting for it to say Halo is coming. Like more people watch the Xbox showcase to see if Halo was coming to the PS5 or when if Gears
I'm gonna
EA or
play
whatever.
Gears of War Reloaded on my PS5. Thank you.
Oh, what, dude? I can't wait to play Gears on my PS5. Like it's
Can't
gonna
wait
look
to-
great,
I
right?
can't wait to play Gears of War. Period. I'll play it right on this
But
beautiful PC, and it's gonna be amazing.
this is what I don't get. All people were waiting for on that was to be like, okay, what coming to PS5?
Right.
Because the Xbox showcase is not a console showcase anymore. And until people understand that, that's not what that is anymore.
Some would say it's more of a handheld showcase now.
Oh my God, that was just so embarrassing. Like, Pez, you're a handheld guy.
Yep.
Did anybody need this thing?
No, because if you have a Steam Deck, brothers, Steam Deck brethren and sisterin, listen to me. If you have a Steam Deck, you can already put on it without going through any illegal channels your Xbox, your xCloud, and play all these games anyway. So no, you do not need an Xbox handheld that has Steam.
An Xbox button. It's not even an It's not even an Xbox handheld.
It's just like
It's
a
a
Windows
Rogue.
handheld. Yeah.
Is that ROG? What is it?
Yeah,
It's a Rogue Ally that
Yeah.
now has an Xbox button. They already had Rogue Allies. You could already play Game Pass on the Rogue Ally.
Yeah.
Now this one has an Xbox button so that it has a shortcut to go to Game Pass.
Yeah. And the thing is,
What?
like, if you really want to, so that console is probably gonna go for like $900 USD, because it is really expensive now. It's in a really expensive console. So anything that you can do on that, you can do on the Steam Deck. You can get your xCloud, you can load in GOG, like they talked about. Obviously, Steam is part of it. The only difference is that the Rogue Ally is a Windows machine and the Steam Deck is a Linux machine. But it's 2025, and if you don't know how to do something, you can look it up on YouTube, or if you're Waba, you can hop in my DMs.
I literally get other people to figure it out for me, and
These
you
are
guys do it,
facts.
so thank you.
Yep, big facts.
Yeah. I thought the Persona 4 revival. I'm happy to see it. I imagine the majority of people do not care. And again, this was rushed. It was alpha footage of literally nothing, of an unpopulated Inaba. Again, I was excited. I popped out of my chair, which made my wife come down and say, "What's wrong?" I said, "Oh, sorry, it's Persona on my television."
How high to the ceiling was the hat? All the way?
I was very hype. I mean, it's a game that means a lot to me. I thought the Bam Margera reveal in Tony Hawk was cool because he's had a lot of things surrounding him. I'm happy to see him on the upswing.
Even cooler than that, Michelangelo being in Tony Hawk. It was way cooler.
Exactly. And I was excited about the High on Life 2 sequel. I thought the first game was funny, and
I mean,
they were coming out with
Again, another trailer that no one cared for.
I just didn't get it. I don't think it needed to be at a showcase like this.
No, it doesn't.
Exactly. It didn't. The game didn't do too well. So like, whoa.
I mean, I'll play it on my PS5. I will say that was the game that made me get Game Pass and stuff because it was so cheap then. And then I was like, I'm good. Like,
no, I get it. Like,
yeah.
To each the different strokes for different folks. But I'm so confused when you call it a showcase. It sets you up to be like, it's something big, and instead, there was nothing.
But everything else,
it was nothing. It was a bunch of. Remember when they gave us Deathloop trailers over and over again, and we were just like, "Oh my god, I don't want to play this game." That's what they're doing now. Everything is Deathloop because we're going to see the game like 15 different times. Like we got to see Snake Eater in the PlayStation thing, and I was like, "You want to hear something funny? I don't need to see this game anymore."
Right?
Maybe really close to launch.
So like,
yeah, but like, it looks great. I'm in it. Like, you don't need to show me another trailer. We're good.
There were a few things that I really liked about this. Number one, we're getting a second Grounded. Shout out Grounded 2. And what I like about it is it's coming out in July. So they're launching into early access in July. Grounded 2 is probably one of the best survival games ever put out, and I'm really glad Obsidian is making a second one because it deserves it. Clockwork Revolution looks awesome, but it got this like 5-minute trailer, it felt like, with no release date. Like, what the hell? Why are you going to show something that long and then just edge the audience and not tell them when it's coming out? Like, what an absolute bummer, dude. All it said, because it's like a clock, time is part of it, just said in due time. Like, stop being a cheeky jerk and just give us a release date.
There's no gameplay of that either. I'm looking at the trailer. Oh, it's a first-person shooter. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a first-person.
It's Bioshock. It's Bioshock Infinite.
I actually thought when I saw it, I was like, is this like another Ken Levine project that like no one's talking about? But no, it's not. There was obviously Persona 4, which already hyped about. Gears of War 1 is coming back as Gears of War Reloaded. Really excited to play that. With especially now that's going to be on PS5. So like my PS5 friends who have never played it, like, all right, let's jump in and let's blow a bunch of things up. Other than like, I mean, that's other than that. That's like 4 games, but the rest of it, I was just like Chronos. Chronos, the New Dawn looks pretty neat, but I don't really know what it's about. And then some of the stuff like Beast of Reincarnation, like I didn't care. Indiana Jones, I didn't care. Ninja Gaiden 4, I didn't care. Super Meat Boy, like didn't care. Hollow Knight, Silk Song, dude, they just showed a trailer and was like, it's coming to Game Pass, and that was it.
No, hold on. They didn't show a trailer.
They just showed.
They
like,
were showing
pictures.
the Rogue Ally, and it was just on in the background.
That's right. That's right.
Let's be honest. That's what they did.
They would just like Hollow Knight Silk Song is coming to Game Pass later this year, and that was it.
You mean you don't care about a spinoff of the hit anime Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive?
No, I don't even know half those words you just said. You couldn't even pronounce it correctly.
I know it's a very good anime. I'm going to watch it. I do not care about this game.
I'd rather play that brother game we saw, like Ingus and Pingus, with a person in our comments was like, "Oh, it's actually a cartoon game, cartoon from my country." And I was like, "Dang, dude, we pooped all over this thing in our live stream."
Pooped all over things.
That game looks so silly.
Yeah, Tingus and Pingus, dude.
I want to try. What? I don't. That game was so wild. There were some of those games where they went from like something really dark and scary that it's like immediately colors. It was the wildest transition. God, that was a fun time.
I will say the announcement of Grounded 2 got me back into Grounded, and it's still really, really fun. It's still a great game. So I'm super excited that's coming. But yeah, the whole like, oh, there's one more thing, and then it's Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is such
Dude,
like a
that was the
rug
most
pull.
hilarious thing.
It
was
such-
almost as bad as PlayStation showing a trailer for an upcoming state of play.
Please be excited.
Yeah, please
that
clap.
was the
Please clap.
that was the fun. It was the hey, Marathon's not here, so we have to put filler in.
Yep. Man.
Hey, guess what? We're gonna do something for Ghost of Yote. Why don't you just do something for Ghost of Yote?
Right. Just do it.
We all
Just
know
do
the
it.
game's
It's not
coming,
ready.
man.
Just do it. Just do it already.
Yeah, it was a bad trailer. Like it's just like you're watching it and you're like it's if you don't understand what the game is about, especially if it's like a 7th sequel of a like like why am I finding out at the end what it is? Like
Yeah.
it's so weird. Oh, God, it's like they're trying to do too much.
It's also kind of strange that like EA didn't do anything. They didn't even have like major announcements. Nothing on Madden. Nothing on college football.
Yeah, they got college
like,
football. Yeah,
Like college football is coming out in like a month and a half or something like that. Like in
Not even
July.
gonna play it.
it's because I already promoted it. They don't need I already covered
That's
it.
true.
They don't
That's
need
true.
anything else.
X.com/WoWplays. Shout out EA for all those sponsored tweets.
They don't need any other
Nope.
support. I already took care of it.
No, I mean I'll play it, but if the Three Dads does not receive it, I will wait until it goes on sale. Because annualized titles now, I wait till they go on sale. Because that's just how it goes. But to see like no real Ubisoft stuff, no real EA stuff, like there wasn't a ton of those kind of things that used to be at E3 when it was like, oh, EA's at 12, Ubisoft is at 3, and everyone's like gathered around their computer waiting to see what drops. There's just no Summer Games Fest has like no flair anymore. You know, it was kind of cool in the beginning because Jeff Keighley's like, oh, come look at my nerdy show and we're going to show cool things. And now it's just like, look at this indie that's coming out in 6 months. Isn't this fun? Listen to Kojima talk about Jordan Peele and like the fun date that they went on. And it's just like, stop. No one cares. Last year he's rushing people off stage and they're playing the wrap it up music. And yeah. Big Jeff Keighley fan over here.
I will say there was one game announcement that happened last week, I think a week from today, that I was super into. And that is the new Marvel fighting game.
That looks dope. That looks really
That
good.
does look dope.
It looks
Like
really
so
good.
Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So this is, I can't tell you how excited I am. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the hypest. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is when I got into the series personally. My wife got me a fight stick for that game. Infinite stunk to the point where I didn't play it, and everyone has been dying for Marvel. Marvel is so big in the fighting community. It's the hypest. It's so good, and especially because they took a step back for like Street Fighter. Like 5 was not great. 6 was fine. Capcom's like really not been doing well when it comes to like the big marquee games. Like at Evo, and that's kind of what I'm using for my benchmark.
Like fighting games.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then this comes out, and the memes are so spicy. It's like literally like there's a picture of like Arc. So it's Arc. What is it? Arc's System Works that have done. I think did they do the Persona fighting game? They do bangers. So they are a have put the Capcom and like that. I will elevate them to that level too now. They're great. This game looks fantastic. It's gonna be 4-on-4 tag team. People are gonna get so into this thing. It's gonna be unreal.
Dude, your internet just took the biggest dump while you were talking.
Oh,
so
did
like,
it?
yeah.
You're like,
You were like,
well, today
You know why?
ChatGPT was down, so maybe ChatGPT was down today.
Maybe it could change the setting on my
No,
thing.
No, it has nothing to do with your mic. I just
no,
want
it has
you
to
to
do with
understand that.
your internet connection.
Internet. Don't
Well,
say
it's
it's mic.
because it's because I hooked into the McDonald's Wi-Fi
Oh, beautiful.
ahead of time. It had 2 bars, so I was like, oh, perfect. I've been
You're on
waiting.
that Mickey D's guest Wi-Fi, dude. Not even on their real Wi-Fi.
Target. I had others.
He's
But
on the
anyway,
guest
that
Wi-Fi.
Marvel Tokon, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Fighting Souls. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the new hype for fighting games.
So at a game,
And it's
at something like Evo, what is the big? Is it Smash? Is it like
Smash doesn't get
Combat?
played. I don't think Nintendo
Okay.
wants it. So you have your Street Fighter, you have your NetherRealm. So you have your either your Mortal Kombat is big. There
do
are
they
some
still
like
do Injustice tournaments or no? No, yeah,
no.
Okay.
I mean they do some side tournaments. So Arc System Works usually gets those side tournaments and it's
Gotcha.
developing this. So the fact that they're like doing the Marvel game, it's a big deal that they're doing the Marvel game. That people have been waiting for Capcom to do, and I guess whoopsie.
Oops.
So yeah, the memes have been spicy. It's like like a boy and girl, and you put Arc System logo, and then what is it, Marvel, and then you see like a crying anime girl clutching her love note, and they just put Capcom on her face. It's like the funniest like breakup. But yeah, I don't know. I know that happened last Wednesday because I remember watching it at my daughter's softball practice. And
nice, dude. MVC2 is such
so
a
good.
banger, and Steam Deck friends, you can emulate the Sega Saturn version, Sega Dreamcast version, which is the best
Dreamcast.
version. Which is the best version, hands down. I will not be taking questions on this.
Oh, that's right. Tekken's huge. Tekken was really popular last year.
Who makes Tekken?
And also
Konami.
And also Arc System did X Hunter Nen Impact.
Oh,
as you guys know.
Yeah, my favorite game.
So
I have 1,000 hours in it on Steam.
So yeah, that's any other thoughts, news? I know we just went through a lot.
No, I mean, I just think I think that showcases are kind of silly now. You can just run them whenever. We don't need a dedicated weekend in June anymore. Xbox can just be like, hey, June 25th, we're running an Xbox showcase at 9 a.m. and all us nerds are going to show up. It doesn't matter.
Showcases for the smaller developers, in my opinion. The bigger ones, you're setting yourself up to fail. I think Court made a great point where it's like you call it a showcase, the expectations are different, and then you come out with this nebulous Call of Duty thing nobody cares about.
Right. I mean, how many times have like Sony done their state of plays and we're like, what was the point of that? I don't get it. Like,
could have been an email.
What are you guys doing? Yeah, it could have just been like a I don't know, like a writ of state or something like that. Something dumb when no one cares. But yeah, I mean, I thought they were neat. I really like doing the Southeast Asian Games Fest. I thought that was a really fun time. And that was probably my favorite one because there were a lot of games that I took away from that I really enjoyed.
My favorite thing was the hiring of Marco Sturm.
You know what?
Boston did the right thing for the first time in a really long time.
Someone asked me today what I thought about Marco Sturm, and I said, if you watch how he coached that German team, and then how he and some of that LA team when he came on, he's a more of a defensive based coach, even though he's a forward, and I think that'll help the Bruins a lot.
But I agree, but he's not like LA, where it's that 3-2-1 where everybody hates it.
No,
and he does want offense, and he's trying to hire an assistant coach that would be a power play specialist. The thing I like about him is he can be a dick.
Yeah, the Bruins need tough coaching, and when they get tough coaching, then the players complain, and those tough coaches go win Stanley Cup somewhere else. But yeah, they need tough coaching, because the players are, I don't want to say it's a weak locker room, but they need someone who has some stones.
They need a David Backes in the room.
Oh God, David Backes' his best room was the 9th floor. That was his favorite room. Meanwhile, the Bruins I guess ex-captain, but wore the C this year, is going to win his second Stanley Cup. And if he continues to play well, could be in the running, or is in the running, for the Conn Smythe. It's crazy.
I'm okay with this.
I mean, yeah, I'm totally. I don't care if Florida wins now. I want Marchand to get one.
I love him.
I was against it, but now he's heating up, and I really just want him to get it.
I'll say this: if the Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup, it's between Marchand and Bennett who gets the Conn Smythe.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
100%.
They don't get this far without him.
Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup, Marchand is a surefire Hall of Famer. That's all that's on the radio here in Toronto. Is Marchand right now? He's not a hockey Hall of Famer. He isn't, because he's never won an individual award. But they win the Stanley Cup, he probably wins the Conn Smythe, and he gets his second cup.
Oh yeah,
then he's gonna play for Team Canada next year in the Olympics.
I mean, he probably he has at least 2 gold medals. I don't know. I'm pretty sure
he's got no gold medals.
He has none.
He has none for Team Canada.
He was on that Vancouver.
That's not an Olympic team that he was on. He wasn't on the Vancouver team. No,
gotcha.
He was on the World Junior teams. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, let's go Florida. I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm in shame.
I know. I hate that I'm rooting for them, but
I hate it.
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, and you know what? He'll come back to Boston. Like, maybe not to play hockey, but he'll come and live back in Boston.
Yeah, and then he'll do a 1-day contract at some point. So you know what? We will get him back on the team.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I don't think Marchand's coming back. And I'm going to say a take. Even if he wanted to, I don't think he should. Yeah. I think the Bruins have moved on, and I think it's David Pasternak's team now. Let the man have his team.
And the thing is, like, he'll be 37 years old. Like, at some point,
he's going to get paid somewhere.
Down. That ship is going to break down at some point. So you don't
did
want to
this
overextend.
year. He pretty much was hurt all year, and then when he finally got some rest, he played good. He got rest, and he was on Florida, but he's not on top. He's not in the top 6. He's on the third line.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
he's playing minutes against not the top lines, and he's playing better. And
that's okay.
He's an amazing
36 years old. That's what you want from an older player, right? But if he's a free agent at 37, thanks, but no thanks. Unless it's like $1 million, but even then, it's not. Then it gets tricky in the locker room, because you're bringing back the ex-captain who would probably wear the C again, and it's got to be a new crop at this point.
Yeah,
like the 2011 Bruins, like, let him go, dog. Let him go. Like, Tim Thomas ain't walking through that door, and if it is, he is in overalls and a shotgun. Come on now,
Timmy. That is our Bruins moment. As you can tell, we are excited for the Mouse King. Look forward to it. If they could, they could be done by the time we record next week. So we'll
some
see.
would say he is a
dude. I am not. I am an Edmonton Oilers fan here right now. You can go suck it with United States garbage.
Core wants Edmonton to win.
Right, he wants Canada to win. That's fair. I respect
Screw
that.
you, United States.
That's fair.
Screw you.
That's fair. You're not going to hear an argument from me.
I'm rooting for Canadian.
I'm rooting for Marchand.
Dude, your hockey cards are going to be more expensive, Waba, because Upper Deck prints the extended the flagship either in Italy or Canada.
I'm going to small on the buff. I'm going to hop in a barrel over Niagara Falls, and I'm going to bring them.
Can you upgrade your internet? This thing is so unstable. I would have dated it in high school. Like, what is this?
Folks, that's gonna be it for this week. Thank you, folks, very much. If you want to see some videos that we did our watch along for this Asian showcase, make sure to check us out at youtube.com/3dads-in-a-console. You can also check us our website at 3dadsconsole.com. That's it. We will see you next week. Happy B-Day to Pez.
Thank you, lads.
And we will talk to you soon.
Bye.